Good evening. I'm meteorologist Trevor Oliver with Putnam Weather and More, here to give you the latest weather info and news for Putnam County. Let's go ahead and define our weather word of the day, which is wind shear, one of my favorite weather words. Wind shear is the change in wind speed and direction with height in the atmosphere. And the reason it's one of my favorite weather words is because it's a key ingredient for severe storms with lift, instability, and moisture. If you put the four together, that gives you the acronym SLIM: shear, lift, instability, and moisture. Now, what exactly does wind shear do? Well, it helps separate a thunderstorm's updraft from its downdraft, increasing its longevity. And it can induce updraft rotation within that thunderstorm. That's also known as mesocyclone genesis. And so it is often supportive of tornadoes, but it hinders tropical cyclones. And well, why is that? Well, hurricanes, tropical cyclones, they depend on their axis symmetry. What do I mean by that? Well, at the center of a tropical cyclone, you have a low at the surface and then a low aloft. And and when they're aligned, that helps sustain the system and maybe strengthen it, as long as the environmental conditions are favorable for that. But, but add wind shear to the equation, and that decreases that symmetry. Think about it: you have stronger winds aloft, weaker winds at the surface, and that'll tilt those lows and decrease that symmetry, and that'll eventually weaken the system, and it'll go on to dissipate. Now, speaking of tropical cyclones, let's switch topics to the tropics. Right now, we have Major Hurricane Gabrielle making its way to the northeast, further into the northern Atlantic. It's a Category 4. Ugh. Right now, we have Major Hurricane Gabrielle making its way to the northeast, further into the northern Atlantic. It's a Category 4 hurricane that is quite strong, but don't worry about it given its northeastward track. It's not going to come anywhere near us or impact us at all. I would keep a closer eye on these lows down here. They're not quite in vest yet. This one indicated in red, it has a 90% chance of development over the next 7 days, but it'll likely become a tropical depression over the next couple of days. Now, it's expected to take a similar track to that of Gabrielle, so it may not impact us in any way, but it is a bit early to say exactly what it'll do or where it'll go. So things could change. Uh, Listen for any updates regarding this low. I'll gladly update you myself in my videos, or you could always visit the National Hurricane Center's website at www.hurricanes.gov. Now let's look at this other low, this one indicated in orange. It has a lower chance of development of 40 to 60% chance. It could become a tropical depression during that week long period. But again, it's a bit too early to say exactly what these lows will do or where they'll go. But um, some are saying that this low, this orange area, um, it'll take a track a little bit closer to the U.S. So pay attention to that low, and again, listen for any updates on these lows. But while there's a lull in the activity, prepare, as I've said multiple times. Now let's get into the aerial forecast. Right now in Palaca, the skies are partly sunny and the temperature is 84 degrees. And that temperature will drop to a low of 72 degrees later tonight. And the probability of precipitation is currently 10%, but due to a cold front moving through our area these next couple of days, the rain chances will increase. The highest they'll get is 60% on Friday and Saturday, but once that cold front moves out of our area, those rain chances will start decreasing. Also, because of that cold front, the temperatures will drop from roughly the highs will drop from roughly the mid 90s to the lower 90s during the next 5 days, and those lows, they'll remain in the low 70s. Now let's look at Crescent City. In Crescent City, the skies are mostly cloudy and the temperature is 83 degrees. And tonight the low will be 72 degrees there. And the probability of precipitation is 10%. Now let's look at the 5-day forecast. You can also see the effects of the cold front in the forecast for Crescent City. You can see those rain chances increasing and then decreasing as that front moves out of the area. The highest the rain chances will get is 60% on Saturday. And let's now look at the temperatures, specifically the highs. They'll start off in the lower 90s during the latter half of the week, but during the weekend they'll drop to the upper 80s due to the cold front and the rain it'll bring. And the lows, they'll be in the low 70s throughout the next 5 days. Now let's finish with Interlaken. In Interlaken, the skies are partly sunny and the temperature is 85 degrees. That'll reach a low of 71 degrees later tonight. And the probability of precipitation is 20%, slightly higher than at the other locations, but that is still quite low. So I wouldn't worry about storms at all tonight. But you will have to worry about thunderstorms or just storms in general during the latter half of the week and the weekend when the rain chances will reach 50% and above. But those nicer, drier conditions will remain into tomorrow and eventually return on Sunday. Now let's look at the highs. They'll start off near the mid 90s, but due to the cold front and the rain, they'll drop to the lower 90s, and the lows, they'll be in the low 70s over that 5-day period. Now let's look at some upcoming events. Something to look forward to this weekend is the occupation of Palatka, which is basically a reenactment of Civil War era Palatka. This will be at 100 Madison Street in Palatka, and it'll start this Friday and end on Sunday. It begins at 9 in the morning and ends on or at 4 in the afternoon on each day. Now this event, it's family friendly, open to the public, and free. If you have the time, I recommend you check this out, learn a little bit about the history of Palatka during the Civil War. And with that, let's close. To close, I want to thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, leave a like or comment and subscribe. And if you are interested in storm chasing content, check out my X account at Trevor Oliver WX. That's where I post much of my storm chasing footage. And if you are a business owner who wishes to have their services or plan events advertised in any way, reach out to me in the comment section and we can work something out together. Once again, thank you so much for listening. And I've been meteorologist Trevor Oliver with Putnam Weather and More. Have a great night.